Okay, Auntie fam, let's talk about it. Grease isn't bad, you are just using it wrong. Hey Auntie fam, welcome back to my channel. So for those who don't know me, my name is Novella. I am the face, the voice behind Naturally Crowned UK, and on this channel you will find kids natural hair care tips, advice and tutorials to help you care for your little one's hair in order for it to thrive. My love for grease runs deep. I've been using grease for 2 years straight. I didn't announce it to anyone. I was literally just testing it on my own hair just to see how my hair would respond to it. Funny thing is, I used to be so scared to use grease when I went natural about 11 years ago, and I was, on YouTube just searching, products to use for my natural hair. Grease was something that everyone was like, nope, don't use grease. Grease is the devil. Grease is this. Grease is that. So I was scared. So I stayed away from grease for a long time. The only time I remember using grease, or the only time I remember grease being used on my hair, was by my mom when I was younger. She would use grease on my hair, BB Supergrow in particular. Whenever I smell that grease, it reminds me of my childhood. But that was something that my mom used on my hair when I was younger. I revisited grease 2 years ago. I was shocked. I was shocked. Prior to that, I was actually moisturizing my hair every 2 days prior to grease. So I would use either shea butter or just any kind of butters for my hair. Not really oils, more butter mixes. So butters mixed with oils. And I would have to moisturize my hair every 2 days. But when I came across grease, it changed the game for my hair. Anyway, it changed the game, and because it changed the game, I'm not going to keep quiet about it. I'm going to let you know that's how good I found grease to be. Now if you personally don't like grease, that's okay, but please don't knock anyone else that grease works for, and I'm one of them. Grease works for my hair, so I'm going to continue using it. There's nothing wrong with grease. So when I started using grease on my hair, I would only have to re-moisturize my hair once a week. Now that is a drastic change from me having to moisturize my hair every 2 days to now just moisturizing my hair once a week, and that just shows you what a powerful sealant grease is. And that brings me to my point of, in order for you to get the benefits of using grease, you have to understand what grease is and how to use it effectively so you can also benefit from it. I've shown you in one of my videos of me moisturizing my daughter's hair using grease. I'll link it in the cards on the top right hand corner for you to check it out after this video, of course. But I've shown you how to use it effectively. If you're using it the right way, grease is not so bad as they say. Okay, so before we get into why you may be using grease the wrong way, I want you to click the link below this video so you can download my free LCO guide. The LCO guide is going to show you how to moisturize your little one's hair using the LCO method. In particular, if your little one's hair is dry, the LCO method may work for you. Now this is the method that I use for my hair and my children's hair, but also in the LCO method I break it down for you so you can understand what is a sealant, what is an actual true moisturizer, and all of that good stuff. So click the link below this video and you'll be able to download your free LCO guide to help you with your little one's hair, especially when it comes to moisturizing their hair. Okay, so let's get into why you are using grease the wrong way. So my first point is, grease is not a moisturizer. Grease is a sealant. Once again guys, grease, it is not a moisturizer, it is a sealant. If you're just using grease on a little one's hair expecting it to be moisturized, it's not going to happen. Your little one's hair is going to be even more dry. And why is that? Because you haven't actually moisturized your little one's hair. So just understand what grease is. Grease is a sealant. So if you're using grease, it is going to create an oily, greasy film on your little one's strand. So the surface of your little one's strand, the cuticle layer. And what is that going to do? Is going to slow down the evaporation of moisture or water from your little one's hair. It's not going to soften the hair, it isn't going to moisturize the hair, it just isn't going to do that. So that's how I use grease. I use it as a sealant. So before I use grease on my hair or my children's hair, when I use grease, I always make sure that I use a leave-in conditioner, a moisturizer, or a cream to help to soften the hair, make the hair feel smooth, moisturize, and then I use grease as a sealant on top of that to slow down the evaporation of water, or to slow down the evaporation of moisture from my little one's hair. So can you see how you've been getting it wrong, or can you see why you've been using grease the wrong way? If you can, give me a comment below this video and let me know if you've been using grease the wrong way, or if you've tried grease and you love it. Let me know below. Another reason why grease may not be working for you, or the reason why you're using grease the wrong way, is because grease isn't suitable for all hair types. Let me explain. So for example, if your little one has, for example, very thin, fine individual strands, grease is way too heavy for their hair. It's literally gonna weigh their hair down. Of course, if you're using grease anyway, you shouldn't be using too much of it anyway, because it is grease, it's greasy, it's gonna weigh the hair down. However, if your little one has fine, thin individual strands, this may not be the right sealant for your little one, because like I said, it's going to be quite greasy on your little one's fine strands or thin strands, and it's just going to weigh their hair down. So if that's your little one's hair type, it may not be the best sealant for you. So in that case, if you're using it, you're probably using grease wrong, because it isn't suitable for their hair type. If you're using grease on your little one's hair, it is going to create build-up on their hair. I mean, any product you use will build up on their hair eventually. Grease isn't an exception. Grease will also build up on your little one's hair. However, if you're using grease, it's super important that you are using a clarifying shampoo for your little one's hair at least every 4 to 6 weeks, to remove all of that build-up from the hair, including all the other products you're using is going to help remove that build-up from the hair. And a lot of you who are using grease, you're not clarifying, and because you're not clarifying, grease just isn't working the way it should work for your little one's hair, because there's too much build up. Now grease, like I said, it's greasy, it is oily, greasy, so it is going to create build up in your little one's hair. It's also going to attract lint, a lot of environmental dust and dirt on your little one's hair, which is going to increase the build up on your little one's hair. Unfortunately, we're using grease, which is basically Vaseline or petrolatum. It's going to attract a lot of dust and fluff to their hair. So it's important that you're washing your little one's hair often, and also making sure that you're clarifying your little one's hair every 4 to 6 weeks, for example, to remove all of that build-up so the hair can receive moisture better. As I mentioned before, if you're struggling with moisturizing your little one's hair, or find that it's still dry, or you're a bit confused about what is a moisturizer, what is a sealant, what is a butter, I would suggest you download my free LCO guide, which shows you how to use the LCO method to effectively moisturize your little one's hair. Click the link below this video and you can get access to this free guide. So NC fam, these were my top 3 tips on how you could possibly be using grease the wrong way, or why you're not able to benefit from using grease. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and share if anyone you feel may benefit from watching. I will see you in the next one, guys. Take care. Bye.